Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight. Welcome back to Sunless Skies. When we last left off, we had just made it to Lustrum, and let's have a quick look, see what's going on here. We also, oh yeah, we had managed to take advantage of an interesting. I assume this is a bit of a this is not necessarily intended play where we had to deliver arms to the folks of Lustrum, and as it happens, there is someone selling cheap arms here. I mean, it's rather convenient for us, probably not intended, but cool nonetheless, so, you know, I'm glad of it, basically. Anyway, let's move on, let's read, let us continue to pick up upon more stories. The frantic hustling heart of Lustrum, crammed with prospectors, peddlers, and purveyors of essential, and occasionally legal, services. Most business takes place here. Unless you're a dreamer seeking your fortune on the claim fields. What was once a pleasant small town on the mother of mountains now runs on increasingly desperate dreams of riches. Classic gold rush scenario, really. Oh, yeah, right. Who will sell their futures? I keep forgetting that a lot of times, the first sentence of, dialogue is in the description here. I'll catch on to that eventually. Anyway, fools sell their fortunes for the chance to mine years from the mountain's frozen sides. Smarter minds sell pickaxes, supplies, and the promise of a warm bed at the end of a bitter's day work. I think that S has migrated from its appropriate position, but that's besides the point. Let's start off with a port report. So much for the quiet retirement village that used to be here. The rush of prospectors has ripped the civility from the place as efficiently as the geodes from the mountainside. The scars that remain are no less vivid. Fewer and fewer prospectors return with geodes of ours, and the cost of processing them off-site grows every day. Still, for now, Lustrum thrives and offers the promise of riches for any lucky or industrious miner willing to come and risk everything in the snow and the mud. Good enough. I mean, there's plenty of stuff we could do here. Ah, Sweet Jane's counting house. We'll probably want to go visit there. Ooh, we could even seek a claim of our own if we were so inclined. Ah, tensions between the company and the Tacketies grow by the day. The poison air coming from Windward's processing factory is only the latest insult. Ah. Or we could attempt to climb the mountain, but we only have a 9% chance of success, so we're totally not doing that anytime soon. Anyway, let's explore the town. Your boots a tale of two ports. Your boots crunch through the snow, clean and bright, lacking the lingering sadness of London's ammonia-suffused lacquer. Townspeople nod politely to you, a distinguished visitor, but avert their eyes from the grizzled prospectors and get-rich-quick merchants who have taken over their slice of civilization on the mountain. They wait impatiently for a day when the mountain has nothing more to offer and the uncouth invaders finally leave, hoping that something still remains when all of value has finally been plundered. Does sound rather reasonable. Alright, what's the Hanged Man's Pub got to say for itself? Irritable miners jockey for space but insufficient fireplaces. They pay for the overpriced drinks with their dwindling coins or lowest quality hours. Few fortunates bear the mark of miner success, the baby-soft hands that come from regularly handling unseasoned hours. Alright, we could buy a round of drinks. Which, you know, costs us a little bit, but, you know, and no doubt we can get some tips and information from the miners, so why not do that? Let's see here. Where to look for a claim. Success. Let's listen to gossip about the mountain. Let's see here. An elderly prospector and a hulking, scarred miner move aside to give you just enough space to squeeze in. Everyone seems to be talking shop. More importantly, everyone at this table appears to have had at least some luck out here. Alright. Ooh, the rocks are alive, are they? Possibly with the sound of music? That would be nice. Alright, let's see here. Those newcomers reckon they got it made, digging in the mud. Don't realize the geodes is cold, do they? Hardens the muck. If you're not breaking your back, you're not doing it right. Serves them right thinking a claim just out of town's gonna pay out. So we gotta go far. Far, far away. Ooh, there's a figure in the corner. Interesting. It sits wrapped in a dusty, disintegrating shroud, nursing a flagon that never goes to where its lips presumably are. Oh my. What a lovely face you got hiding under there. Mr. Penny's. The cloaked figure beckons to you. Valuables for sale. It wheezes, its voice throaty and high-pitched. Exchange for buried time, yes? Please? It offers unusual relics in exchange, or a few rusted coins that would barely buy transport to anywhere else. Alright, so we could trade hours for otherworldly artifacts if we want it, or hours for money. Alright, so maybe if we manage to get cheap hours somewhere, we can go ahead and do some trading here. But let's talk to him. The miners try to ignore it, but it must have some reason to bother setting up its stall here. Everything ends, the figure wheezes. Even law. For everything, a reckoning. Need help, need hours, postpone reckoning. Shadows with thistle ropes and broken wings, waiting on riverbank to catch final breath. Everything dies. Must outlast. We trade, yes? Trade hours? We trade hours now, yes? Good quality merchandise. Well, we don't really have any hours, so if we do, we'll totally go check it out. Why can't I scroll today, for whatever reason? Or I could scroll before, but for whatever reason it doesn't want to work for me today. Ooh, an insistent squeaking. Oi, down here! Oi, down here! 3 rats glower up at you from below a table, where spilt beer trickles down to a rat-reachable puddle on the floor. Alright. Let's see, by having no rat brigades. Interesting. Alright, we'll have a listen. The smallest, most scarred rat introduces herself as Cinders. This is my lieutenant, Pertonella. Keeps the books tidy, she introduces the goggle-wearing Petronella. And our saboteur, and agent provocateur. Give me a sec on that one. Albrecht. The neat handsome rat inclines its head politely. What we need is a driver. Cinders explains that these 3 battle-hardened rats before you are all that remain of the 12 strong rat regiment. Mercenary company active in the First Winchester War. We are the best sappers this side of heaven, Cinders says, a fierce pride in her black eyes. Now look at us. Her whiskers twitch. Time enough for talk later. Right now, we need to be away. We'll pay for your services, Captain. Well. So now we have 1 rat brigade, apparently. That's interesting. I mean, yeah. Let's speak to the weary prospector. How much money do I have to give him? 200! Holy balls. Do I really want to risk that much right now? Well, we do get a taker's claim. Let's see. This will purchase you a claim that can at best be described as adequate. You may have better or worse luck seeking out your own. We'll come back to that. What else do we got here? Actually, you know what? Let's not read everything on our... Well, we should go to Sweet Jane's, because I think she's, like, the boss here. So, we'll have a chat with her. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, she does have an offer for us, so totally gonna do that. Let's see. A little accountancy firm, snuggled in the snowy drifts. Sweet Jane oversees everything herself. The transference of funds, the balancing of probabilities, the transport of commodities, the termination of contracts. She is huddled behind her desk, swaddled in a monstrously ugly red scarf. While she fiddles with her abacus with one gloved hand, she heats the other over a little coal fire. Her one good eye focuses on you. She smiles. Ooh, and she also surveys me alarmingly. That's disturbing. Ooh, she has vengeance! She limps to the window. Snow batters the window pane. The shadow of the mountain is all but lost in the blizzard. The lantern light means the offices of the Windward Company are just about visible, not visible. I was raised by the company. Children are faster workers, you understand. Her fingers drum on the windowsill. Such a waste. Where they see men, they see labor. Where they see time, they see chains with which to bind us. But where they see death in the skies, I see victory. She turns to you and smiles. Bring me nameplates, torn from London's ships. I will see you adequately compensated. What is London's ships exactly? I assume it's those yellow ones that we've seen buzzing around. I don't know if I feel comfortable blowing up potential civilian ships, but alright, cool. Permits, artifacts, moments of inspiration. I mean, we could do it. And I mean, obviously someday we're like totally gonna have to... I mean, we could do this stuff, but we won't do it right now. I mean, we're stocked up. We don't really need anything else right now. Presently, we are looking for cheap hours for the nature reserve. And also, yes, free... Oh, we have seeds for Port Avon, so we need to get down there. We also need cheap literature, if we can find it. So let's have a quick look here. Actually, yeah, for some reason this time around, none of my usual things want to work. But, you know, the game is in early access, so we got to expect the occasional bug and just general bit of weirdness from time to time. So, alright, so we've got Port Avon down there. So, we've also got this big open space here. We have not found the Wilderness Reserve or the Carnival yet, so those are both places of interest to us that we are no doubt going to want to explore in due time. But again, for now, we're mostly okay. I think there was some scary stuff in here, but again, time will tell. Time will tell indeed. So I'm going to go wandering off. Wow, we've actually spent about half of the episode just in one town, but then again, that's probably going to be the case like the first time we visit any new area, just so we can really enrich ourselves with the lore and such. So yes, now though it is time to be moving on, so I will... Oh yeah, this is actually somewhere we've already visited it very briefly before, so nothing new here. So I guess I'll cut away until we either run into something interesting or we hit up Port Avon, so see you shortly, friends. Okay, so we stopped off at London just to reset our terror before going on over to Port Avon, and yeah, look at this. Attend the grand premiere. Mademoiselle Lumiere has wasted no time in organizing her premiere. To express her gratitude, she has given you tickets. Huzzah! Alright, let's see. Mademoiselle Lumiere has reopened a theater located beneath the arches of the Bishop Bridge. Prominent tackities sit with London sympathizers. They have formed a brief truce, united in their loathing of the cramped velvet seats. A light flares on the plaster wall. Whispered complaints hush. The film begins. The film is titled Concupiscence of the Verdants, whatever the heck that means. Flickering images on painted lenses jerk across the wall. The camera luxuriates in the collapsing brown flesh of a fruiting fungus, the flight of a sporing body, the sudden bursting of a violet fungal sac, the long death spasms of a cameraman. There are gasps from the audience. Wow, death spasms. Damn. That's pretty bold for something set in the 1910s-ish. Let's see, take in the detail. Admire the shot. Or close your eyes. Let's see, if you avoid looking at the foreground, there is much to appreciate. The film strips have been painted to reveal the lush colors of the landscapes, the violet purple of the fungus. There is an awful beauty to the whole thing. Or, Lumiere has extracted, or has an exacting eye. Some of the shots are blemished, but what has been captured reveals much about the Reach's flora. This work is worth careful attention. Now let's take in the detail. Huzzah, we also gained some uncanny specimens, apparently. Final sequence of the rotting fungal husks collapsing onto the settlement is exquisite, and yet you are the only one who remains behind to congratulate Lumiere. I wish more were so discerning, she smiles. Still, this was only a start. Please meet me later. I may have a proposition for you. Ooh, cool. We'll meet her again. But first, let's look for potential crew members. Aha, the incautious driver. Okay, we get a little bit of extra establishment. We get some extra iron and some extra hearts. That's pretty useful, honestly. And wreckage of the locomotive, still burning. I'm in need of work, they say. Well, that's, you know, not going to go wrong at all. They squint at your locomotive. By Jove, I think this could be made to go even faster. God help us all. What have I done? Anyway. Yes, let's see. Anything interesting going on here? Yeah, we'll look at that later. Anyway, let's move on again, and as always, I will see you shortly. Alright, and it looks like we have arrived safe and sound, more or less. Alright, so first of all, let's go to the bazaar so we can turn in our seeds for Port Avon. Ooh, and a half-price stack of penny dreadfuls. Excellent, we do need some of those, don't we? Alright, so yes, we'll start... clickety. Oh dear. Doesn't seem to want to work for us this time. In that case... Actually, that was the only reason we were even heading in this direction, wasn't it? Peculiar. Why do you not want to work for me? You know what? I'll just try saving and reloading, and we'll see if that fixes things a little for us. Yeah, you see, again, the game's in early access, so you got to expect these sorts of things from time to time. Alright, extra 50 sovereigns, not terrible. Ooh, and we even get a little bit of extra welcome. Nice. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, wait. Oh, no! I lost access to the penny dreadfuls. Damn! Wow. Don't know what that is. A clandestine transaction. Souls for sovereigns. Do I need any souls for any of our current missions? The answer to that is yes. Port Prosper requires free consignments of souls. Right, so we will buy these cheap souls and sell them for a delicious profit. Kind of unfortunate we lost the paperbacks, but oh well, we're still good. Oh yeah, look at that. Basically half price. Let's see, what's going on at the Nowhere Inn? We could read a work of speculative fiction. I mean, we are still welcome here, so we might as well... right? Ooh, look at all these cool books. The fabulous work has been accepted in a number of publications, including Murgatroyd's Miscellany, Harf in Heaven, and The Seasonal. He is prodigious. Which story catches your eye? The Ives of Heaven, being a thrilling tale of discovery and danger in a sky heretofore unknown. Bones in the Well, being a macabre tale of one soul's descent into solitude and madness. The Devil's Confession, a satirical tale of infernal ambition and mortal folly. The Vacant Throne, a tale of political inevitability from the perspective of empire. A Corpse at the Window, a sinister tale of familial duty and intimate horror. Or The Parson's Cookpot, a darkly comic tale of domestic misbehavior and unusual appetites. Let's go with Bones in the Well. And we also gain a tale of terror. Oh, and we actually lost a little bit of terror. That's pretty useful. On the third day it rained. The sky was a gray, drizzly circle in the well's mouth, far above. The rubble underfoot darkened, then swam with mud. Perhaps he would drown today, Joseph thought. A slow way to die. He remarked to the skeleton that shared the well with him. Raindrops tip-tapped on its skull. The skeleton was a good listener. Joseph had already shared all his secrets with it. All that is, except one. Now, holding on to that last secret seemed pointless. After all, he was likely to drown before dinner time. He cleared his throat. "'Twas I who pushed you," he confessed. Dun dun dun. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, so we do still have some welcome. Ooh, visit the allotments. 98% chance of success. We'll wear out some of our welcome. Well, let's pick it up. Failure! And we had like 93%. Ah, shucks. Here a goat grazes on a... At least, I'm pretty sure it was up that high. Anyway, here a goat grazes on a bush whose leaves spiral like corkscrews. A harassed gardener hacks at weeds that look like a knot of melting snakes. Another gardener hurries over and presses a bulbous cutting in a clay pot into your hands. Here, you have it, he mutters. I can't abide its singing. The plant, green, noduled, trills mournfully. Okay. Could watch a cricket match, but I think we only have one thing left. Oh, though we do have some exotic gossip. Or salon stewed gossip, and I'm not entirely sure if this is useful for anything else, so yeah, we'll share a little bit. Gain a bit more welcome, that's always useful. I think it gained 2 welcome, and we'll write another port report. I mean, every time we arrive somewhere, it's always a good idea to have a little bit. A caddy of dried tea, and we could host a tea party. Well, that's cool. Anyway, let us resume our duties. So, off to Port Prosper, which is all the way over here. We'll try to take in some of this area while we're at it. So again, until we return, see you shortly. Oh ho, what's this? What edifice stood here in times past? None now know. Ah, but we don't have any sayings, so we can't really check that out. Well, at least we know there's one more thing for us to investigate later, so again, see you shortly. Alrighty then, looks like we have once more made our way close to Port Prosper, so that's, you know, a plus, all things considered. Which means that, also, yeah, while we were off, I'm not sure what these things are. They're like we found one over here too. They're like little gates. I wonder if these are going to be, like, if those are the gates that'll take us between sections, like between the different regions or not. They might not, I'm not really sure. What I do know is that we will find out in due time. But the time for now, I guess, is just on... Oh, you know what? We can talk to that friendo person we met before. That'll be cool. But first to the bazaar. Yes, souls for Port Prosper. Alright, there we go. Man, that's a good price. It's like 10 times the price. In fact, I want to comment now. I meant to do this at the beginning of the episode, but if I recall correctly, one of like the biggest complaints about Sunless Sea was like how like the whole trade aspect of the game was kind of like not there. And I like this system that's here. Like, you know, you have to like look for deals, and then you look for cheap stuff, then you sell it at a massive profit, and, you know, helps keep things going so that you're like constantly, you don't feel like you're too short of money. And, you know, if you just take the time to grab these things as you're going between places anyway, you end up having a nice amount of money. I mean, the numbers are probably going to get balanced out. I'm willing to bet they'll get nerfed a little bit so things are a touch slower, you know, in the late game. But then again, maybe not. It depends. I mean, maybe like just with bigger ships, we'll eventually just like burn through supplies faster so that, you know, even though we end up making money with like the bigger and faster and better ships, we still end up like having more resources so we don't just like ball out of control. We'll see. The important thing though, of course, is that we have sold our souls, we have made some money, gained a bit of sexy experience. The butler receives the bottled souls at the servants' entrance to a grand townhouse. Most appreciated, and please accept a small additional sum as an indication of how highly we value your discretion. Kind of wondering where these souls came from, but, you know, if they are a commodity, I guess, you know, might as well take advantage of it. Let's see, the recent death of a well-to-do widower has triggered an unseemly family squabble over the disposition of his estate. Or we could sell some stained glass. We don't really know what we need stained glass for right now, so we won't worry about those things for the time being. I'm gonna buy up a little bit of fuel and supplies. I figure in between journeys I like to have 3 of each. Maybe I want a bit more. Fuel seems to burn faster than supplies. Ooh, the Albion. Oh yes, the Albion transit relay. Inquire about passage to Albion. Not free, first class, or you can bring a barrel of hours. Looking at your chart, head clockwise from Port Prosper around the rim of the reach and you'll run into the relay. Gotcha. Alright, let's see. Oh, we could offer to transport settlers. Explorers, adventurers, and pioneers gather here freshly from Albion, all waiting further transport into the reach. Cool. Okay, yes. Would-be pioneers clamor at your station, eager to make their fortunes amongst the stars. Alright. Alright. They want to be taken to Titania. I simply must move to Titania. From everything I've been given to understand, it's altogether divine. He breaks off the handshake to cough into his sleeve. Forgive me. I'm hoping a new climate will improve my health. Please get me there as fast as possible. I will pay you well if you do. I mean, we can stop off there. That's reasonable. We can also check up the new clock tower. Oh yeah, what do you need? Titania, the flower town. Oh right. I remember this talk about this. Right. Go to the Windward Company. We could have a factory tour. we'll write a port report for now. And let's see here. What else do we want? Or, I guess that's it. I mean, we could go on a tour of the factory, but let's save that for another time. And the clock tower. Yeah, that's all stuff we can check out. So I guess what we'll do is, I think we'll make our way over to Titania, and that's where we'll wrap this episode up. And then after that, next time we'll just go exploring, I think, for a little bit. We've done enough just like random transport and stuff. I kind of want to focus on exploring, and then we'll kind of build our way back up and get more stories later. Also, I gotta blow up one of these things so I can figure out what they are. Because it's kind of hard to tell what ships belong to what factions at this particular point in time. Oh, wait a second. Here's another one of these. What in the devil are these things? I don't know. I mean, we'll figure out soon enough, no doubt. But, I mean, heck, for all I know, they, maybe these will be like fast travel points in the final game or something. Anyway, yeah, see you guys shortly. Alrighty then, and here we arrive at Titania, or Titania, however you pronounce it. I say Titania, you say Titania, it all works. Oh, look, and we also arrived just in time for the grand opening of the Bloom Bower. The Titanians, eyes daubed with coal, gather in their numbers. You are joined on the stage by the pharaonic enthusiast with just the scarab in her hair. It'd be weird if she had a scabbard in her hair. That's just, you know, doesn't even make sense. Anyway. Da-da-da. You're also joined by the souvenir misanthrope, or the sovereign misanthrope, whose smile is so forced it's practically a grimace. He didn't appreciate sharing his British sensibilities with an inferior aesthetic, but was somewhat mollified by the amount of good English history contained in the library's acquisitions. The rhapsodic mayor presents you the ceremonial scissors. It is complete! Huzzah! Oh, and we actually gained some sovereigns back. I like it. And also our standing with the Library of Yore is now up to 5. History of the Empire. The crowd cheers. They are quickly shushed by the librarians, however, when they open the doors. The crowd rushes in to peruse the stock. It's set on shelves detailed with hieroglyphics which portray England's Arthurian mythology. It is a complete history of the Empire, all books official and unofficial, approved and banned, historical and apocryphal, have found their way onto the shelves. If London were to be wiped from history, leaving behind only this library, it would be possible to relive its past and recreate it in its entirety. Nice. We also really need to get a better ship. But there'll be time for that. Oh, what's this? Okay. Let's see. Oh, good God. What's this? Dies array! Dies api! The air will sound a different song. The playing of indolent harps no more, but the furious beating of wings, which are the hymns of carnage. Lo, how the multitudes scatter before it! But there is no safe horizon to which they may flee, for the Chorister Hive is now the sky, and the sky does crash upon Titania. Well, obviously we'll rally to the defense of the Sovereign School. The bees of Armageddon have come to swallow Titania, but you'll be damned if they take down good British architecture. I'll be honest, I'm a little... There's something about me that just, like, gets triggered by the fact that, even the mildest of curses are censored. I wonder if there's an option to, like, uncensor that. Anyway, let's see here. The silence in the space of half an hour. Plain song drowns the lamentation and the fury in the mind. All the world joins death's hymnal. Those who proudly defy their fate, and those who beg for wretched mercy, those who raise their arms, those who buckle their knees. The Chorister Hive takes the lyrics of poets yet unwritten, the unsung songs from their lips now forever silent. It is only iron and fire that quietens the voice of carnage. But lo! The song ends only by its own accord. Once the nectar is gathered, the hive departs, and there is a lasting silence. I see. Oh, and apparently, basically no one gives a damn about what I did because it's lower than 1 anyway. You guys all suck. Anyway, also, I'm starting to think, why the hell did you think it was a good idea building your home on a giant frickin' flower that the bees keep coming to pollinate? Like, you know, that's just asking for death. Seriously. But it is pretty ballsy, you know, for a bunch of pacifist pencil neck scholar types, so kudos to them. Anyway, yeah, the Library of Lore, or Yore, remains unchanged at 5. We've gained some experience, which means I think we might have leveled up. We get a bit of Chorister Nectar, which is pretty valuable stuff as memory serves. We also have a Tale of Terror, and we gained a bunch of terror, so actually before exploring I might want to go back to New Winchester. I mean, I guess that's if I even care about our terror level. Though if I recall from Fallen London and Sunless Skies, sooner or later we're going to want to max this out anyway for some stories. Basically go full insane, just because we totally can. Maybe. Anyway. Yes. So, is there anything else? We can write a port report. We'll do that first of all. I mean, maybe interested about that. We could start paying for construction of other things, like the Saturnine Theater, the Imperial Ballroom, the Astral Amphitheater, the Palace of Sighs, the Empress's Head, the Academy of the Bloody Arts. Ooh, that sounds ominous. Let's go with the ballroom, first of all. I'll just chuck some ducats at you. Just, here, have my money. Oh, I can actually pay for multiple things at once, can I? 100 sovereigns. Okay, that might be a little bit much, but it is interesting to see that I can apparently, like, work on multiple sections of town at once. Can I build everything, or is there only room for one thing at a time? We'll figure that out later. For the time being, though, let's go to the Bloom drop off a settler first of all. Excellent. Encourage your passenger to disembark. Yes. You know what? I didn't actually pay attention to see if there was an extra storyline. Maybe they changed their mind. But we did make good time. A breeze wafts the sweet perfumes of wildflower in your direction. Lovers race by in various states of undress. Wow, that's really progressive. A giggling nudist capers after them. That is possibly unwanted, but then again, how do I know? Maybe they're having a freeway. Anyway, the settler apologizes for not shaking your hand. You understand, you're well aware that his condition hasn't improved. Well, if the nightly retching and the coughing incident and the mess the other day. He smiles weakly and departs. This also makes me feel bad for not paying attention to see if there was a little mini storylet here. But we can go back and get more settlers next time, so that's cool. And we also gain some sovereigns for our trouble. Quick look at the Bloom Bower. Ooh, an exhibit. Oh, so we do have some other uses of our salon stewed gossip. I'm gonna have to figure out how I can, like, reliably farm these. I mean, there's a way to get everything in this game, so, you know. We'll check it out. But for now, crockery for sale, sale of shot and shell. Oh, right, before we go. Okay, we can't sell some of the things I would like, but there is some crockery and some guns here that we may be able to make use of. Oh, and the nectar. Can't forget about the nectar that we might want to, you know, try to unload at some point. But anyway, for now, I guess that's going to do it for today. So, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And I will meet you all in New Winchester in the next video.